great. Everybody got quiet. Nice crowd. If you want to come up closer, please. We won't bite, we promise. Well, good evening. My name is Karen Chopka, and I'm Senior Vice President of Events and Conferences for the Consumer Electronics Association. And joining me here on stage is Sean Duberback, who is CEA's Chief Economist and Director of Research. Before we begin our short presentation, and short is the key word here, I wanted to ask a question. How many of you have been to International CES? Good. And how many people know what Consumer Electronics Association is and kind of what we do? Good. All right. Well,
and how many people are going in January?
That's a better question.
Even more and more.
That's a good question. Thanks, Sean. All right, well, quickly, we're a not-for-profit association, and I'm supposed to be advancing these slides, which, thank you. We're a not-for-profit association, and so the revenues from our show basically are reinvested into the industry. And so what we do outside of CES is that we lobby on government and regulations and issues pertaining to businesses as well as technology. We create standards, market research, and events like International CES. International CES is, I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about that. It is the world's largest technology trade show, and we have more than 20,000 new products introduced at the show each year. CES primarily is a business show, and its focus is on products and technologies that are aimed at the consumer market. A lot of people sometimes think that because we're called the Consumer Electronics Show that we actually have consumers at our show, and that's not the case. It is a business show. We attract more than 120,000 industry professionals from 130 countries around the world. And this year's show is actually shaping up to be one of our strongest. We have already over 2,500 companies exhibiting that are from all facets of technology. The CES show floor features some market-specific areas that we call tech zones, and we wanted to highlight a few for you tonight that may be of interest to this community. We have an area that is access on the go, and I think that, Sean, you said something like potentially that's going to have, there's potentially 80 new tablets coming out this year.
Yeah, I've seen announcements for 80 plus tablets, so many of those, if not all of those, will be at CES for the first time.
So you'll find some of them there at the Access on the Go, and quite frankly, that pavilion's doing very, very well for us. We also have a tech zone for gaming, wireless mobility, mobile DTV, and electric vehicles as well. We have also a really great lineup of speakers. One of the things that we do each year is try to bring leaders from major companies to talk a little bit about what's potentially going to come into the marketplace in the next year and a little bit further looking out. So this year we have executives from Microsoft, Verizon, Samsung, Audi, and Ford, and we actually have a few others that we'll be announcing over the next month. We also have a great conference program planned for 2011 CES. We have over 300 sessions, 900 speakers from all kinds of categories, including 3D technology and content distribution. The 2011 CES features several award programs honoring the hottest products in the technology industry. And this year we have a new partnership with Mashable for their Mashable Awards. So they're going to be celebrating major innovations and achievements in digital and social media. And details on all of our awards programs can be found on our website, which is cesweb.org. While the Hollywood community is very important to the consumer electronics industry, and especially an important component to the success of the global consumer technology industry, each year, more than 6,000 attendees actually come from the content industry to CES to experience some of the next generation products and technology innovation. Many of you use CES to make partnership announcements, including last year we had Jason Bateman, who announced Dum Dum, his sponsorship-driven advertising and production company, at our 2010 show. I'd like to turn the podium over to Sean now for a few minutes so that he can talk a little bit about some trends that we're expecting to see at CES.
Thanks, Karen. You know what, I can probably just speak loudly. So I guess the thing I would highlight is CES was historically more of a hardware show. It's where buyers went to see the greatest hardware. And that is part of our long history going back to the 60s. That has evolved as the marketplace has evolved, and you're seeing the content industry become more intertwined with hardware than ever before. And so CES is becoming that pivotal show for both industries. I see it on the market research side as companies like Nielsen are increasingly looking to partner with us because they bring a piece together, we bring a piece together, and we create a full, holistic view of what's happening in the marketplace. I grabbed just a snippet of announcements from last year's CES, and you are increasingly seeing content companies talk about what they're doing, and they're announcing that at CES. So Sony, for example, last year on the music side talked about some of the things that they were doing with the Experience Hendrix. Ben Silverman last year announced and outlined deals that they were doing with Yahoo to create original content for that platform. And then of course 3D was CES last year, and you saw major announcements around 3D coming out last year. ESPN 3D, Discovery Communications, Sony IMAX, DirecTV debuted and for the first time broadcast 3D at CES. So it's become this pivotal point for not just hardware but also for content. And I want to just highlight some examples of that we've seen over the last few years. And this has been certainly a building trend. So we saw Sling Media launch at CES about 4 or 5 years ago. Boxy launched at CES 3 years ago, and then last year, of course, they launched their hardware component, which will be in the marketplace later in the year. We expect to see Google TV and Internet TV play a major role this year. So Karen mentioned 80+ tablet announcements already, many of those planned for the first half of next year, so a lot of those will be on display for the first time at CES. Netflix and the integration of those type of subscription models showing up at CES. LG announced that Netflix deal a couple years ago at CES for the first time. And of course, companies like Skype, Pandora, and others showing up for the first time at CES. So I think it highlights, not just the announcements coming out of CES, but also with 80+ tablets, you really have to get on the show floor and see some of these devices and experience them firsthand to know whether they're going to have an impact or not. I remember walking into literally a 10x10 booth for Sling Media 5 years ago and saying, okay, this is going to be an impactful company. This is going to leave a mark on an industry. And those are the type of experiences that you really can't have just reading about it. You have to see it firsthand, and you'll know that instinct right off the bat of how impactful it will be on the future of multiple industries.
Right. And I think, like in the instance of tablets, you were even saying that potentially different companies are experiencing with different sizes, and so we'll see everything probably from 7 up to 12 inches or so potentially.
Yep. I mean, you don't see a lot of devices between 5 and 15 inches. You saw e-readers start to move into that space. You saw netbooks try to play in that space. So that is a highly contested category right now. 5 to 15 inches is highly contestable among devices. You take televisions and you see they tend to gravitate around very specific sizes, 37-inch, 42-inch, 46-inch. You don't see a lot of 43.5-inch televisions. But you did at one point until the market sorted that out. And right now the market is sorting out what's going to exist between 5 and 15 inches. So you really want to see those firsthand and say, hey, does a movie look good on a 6.5-inch screen, or does it really only work on a 10-inch screen? Right now the market really only knows the iPad at just under 10 inches. So you really want to get and say, is 12 inches a better experience? Is 8 inches a better experience? And see how that's going to impact the market. We also know that the market changes very rapidly. You'll see things happen at CES even just over the course of 4 or 5 days. So it's important to watch those things as well.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Sean. One of the reasons that we're also here tonight is because we want to announce a new program that's actually aimed at the Hollywood community. And the program's called Entertainment Matters, and it's designed for the Hollywood film, television, and digital communities. We have 2 great sponsors of this program, Variety and Cricket. And this program is going to feature everything from exhibits, events, conference programs that are specifically designed for entertainment professionals who are interested in the convergence of technology. The Entertainment Matters program is aimed directly at Hollywood executives and artists, from producers and agents to actors and directors. And everything about the program has really been customized to help make the CES experience as easy and as rewarding as possible for this community. One of the pieces of feedback we've gotten over the past couple of years is that people from the Hollywood community are really interested in coming to CES, but once they get there, they're kind of lost because of everything that's happening on the show floor. And so one of the things that we wanted to do with this program is make it simpler for folks to kind of help come to the show and also see some of the trends and things that are taking place over the next year. So first we're starting with our marketing outreach, and Entertainment Matters is the new umbrella brand that we're using through which we can have more intimate conversations with entertainment industry professionals and provide details and context that are specific to their interests and needs. To that end, we've created a redesigned registration system, allowing attendees from Hollywood to actually even register for the show much more easier, and for the sessions that they want to participate in. That was one of the things we got feedback on, is why do I have to check off all these check-off boxes for things that aren't related to our industry? Oh.
I'm failing you, Karen.
Yes, you are. That's you're free, right?
We forgive you.
Free challenge, right? What can you do? Yeah. We've also redesigned the way that we're categorizing our conference sessions, and we brought in some new partners in order to help create the most interesting and dynamic conversations to inform and inspire. We also created a number of new events specifically for the Entertainment Matters initiative, and these include a VIP program and a separate program targeting Hollywood's next generation of creative and business leaders. So, actually go back if you don't mind. All right, so actually, forward, very good.
Stop.
Stop, okay. So actually, this is one of the ads that you'll be seeing actually showing up in various trades and other places to promote the program. There's also another copy of an ad that we're using later in the year back at the other end of the room. And so one of the things we want to help do is help make everybody understand the branding, but also understanding that this is sort of the launch of this program and that there'll be more announcements to come over the next 6 weeks. Okay, so our next slide is actually also going to show you one of our new web pages that we've created for the community. It's em@ces.com. And this site was designed especially to provide information and tools for attendees from the Hollywood community. So this one kind of takes you in, gives you a different look from the Hollywood community for what folks may want to need at the show.
When she said short, she meant battery short.
Short life. All right. Well, one of the things that we're also going to do is feature a red carpet program designed to customize the CES experience for Hollywood VIPs. It's going to feature show floor tours of the top entertainment trends and technologies, targeted conference sessions, special events, and networking opportunities. Our goal is to help bring this influential audience together with technology leaders and the companies they need to see to make their CES experience productive and rewarding. Later this month, we're actually going to be mailing out personal invitations to a select group of executives and artists, and the invitations are going to provide more details about the offerings of the program. CES and Entertainment Matters recognizes that today's systems are also tomorrow's next industry leaders, and this is also a generation that has grown up with technology and literally lead lives defined by convergence. And so therefore, we've created a program specifically targeting this community of influencers and early adopters. The Innovation Hollywood Assistance Program, or the Innovative Hollywood Assistance Program. It's going to provide the next generation of Hollywood leaders an opportunity to experience the 2011 CES in a customized way. So we have tours, special events, and networking opportunities for them. We have 10 handpicked captains from around the industry who are going to help us bring this group together. And these ambassadors are working directly with us to help make this inaugural initiative a big success. We're also very excited about a couple of other new conference program partners that we have, including All Things D, which is going to be hosting All Things D at CES, hosted by the Wall Street Journal's Walt Mossberg and Kara Swisher. This will feature high-level interviews with technology leaders, and the special session is a CES version of actually the pretty popular All Things D conference. It's going to take place on Friday, January 7th, and more details are on our website. We also have a robust series of conference program sessions that will be a key part of the Entertainment Matters at CES program. The Digital Hollywood track will feature influential names in the entertainment space discussing innovative collaborations, unexpected